Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. Well, guys, it has been a long time, and I know you guys might be wondering whatever happened to Luna Empress. Well, guys, I kind of abandoned the channel because I have another channel and I was putting more interest in the other channel. But things happen also. I had surgery in my eyes and I'm expected to have another surgery. But that's beside the point because these are minor stuff. But still, I had, it's a new year. So I decided, you know what? Let me just try to bring back the channel and let it keep moving and have you guys come back and we all can have some entertainment. So guys, I've been watching all the drama and all the excitement and everything that's been going on. And as you guys know, this channel is a reaction channel. I am just giving my opinion like everybody else, and it's no harm meant to anyone. It's just my honest opinion, my point of view, and it's simply a reaction channel. A reaction is just what I see, and I give my opinion. No harm to anyone or no dislike or anything, because when you do a reaction, you really don't know the people you are talking about. It's just your honest opinion. So, guys, today, what we're going to discuss is Dee Mwango. And as I said, I've been watching everything. I know what's going on. And I'm up to date with everything that's been going on. And as you guys know, Dee Mwango just got married over the weekend. And I am so glad for her. Congratulations to her. And I hope that she have a long and happy marriage. But guys, I've been watching this husband of hers, her new husband, and I don't know. It's something kind of a little bit sketchy about him. I don't know if it's because he doesn't show any type of emotion, and is I don't know, but I don't know. It seemed like there's not too much. He doesn't divulge too much, or maybe that's his personality. Who knows? But she's so happy, and everything is coming from her. She's so happy that she's married, and we don't know if it's for love or if it's for any other thing, but she seemed like she's happy, and everybody welcome her and wish her well. I also wish her well, and I hope that, it's a true marriage with love and that it can last for a long time. So, Dee Mwango, she been very successful in her life, and I hope that she had a prenup, because when you accomplish certain things and you bring in something to the table, you don't want to have somebody come with nothing and doesn't bring anything to the table, and then next thing you know, not to say that this would happen, but it always end up that way. Anytime something happen in a relationship, you see the true colors of people, and everything comes out when it has to do with money. So I hope she had a prenup and she settled that with him, and that they can be happy and there's nothing negative about this marriage. The thing is, the only thing that I didn't like is the ring, because the ring, it seemed like it's a cheap ring, and I'm assuming, I don't know, I might think that is him gave her the ring. I don't know if she bought the ring or what, but with all due respect, it doesn't really matter what type of ring, because what matters is that two people love each other. But knowing her that she like nice things and she like to show off, I would have think that she would have had a better ring. But if it's coming from him, it just shows that that's what he can afford. And as I said, we don't know what's going on, except that she's happy, and she finally said she met her soulmate, because as you know, guys, we had seen her in the past with other different relationships and it never worked out. So I hope that everything works out for her, and that she can able to accomplish what she wanted. Now she's in Poland, and I don't know if she married this guy for passport reason. I don't know. We don't know. But if that's the case, I someone said allegedly that she have to live in the country for 3 years. So I don't know if she's doing that or she's gonna stay there for 3 years because she's a traveling blogger, and I don't know if she can continue traveling or she's gonna do content from Poland. So we'll see, we'll see. And her brother wish her well. The only thing I didn't like is that none of her families were there. Her brother wasn't there because, guys, he just, what's going on with him and his concubine, Rocio. So he said that he might travel over there to wish her well, so we'll see. But Dee Mwango is happy. She got married, and she said that she would try her best to make her marriage work. And as I said, I hope she have a prenup because usually when things go wrong, you see the true colors of people. And if someone is not bringing something to the table and you have more than what they have, they'll be coming for what you have. So the best way to do that is to secure what you have. And if a person really loves you, they will agree in signing a prenup. And if they don't, then that's not the true person for you. Now, her brother Marwa, he just had, he and Rocio went back to her country, and he's trying to make it look like everything is okay and she had to go because of she overstayed in the country. And he keeps talking about his wife, his family. But every time I look at Rocio, she never referred to him since she left the villa. She never talked about Marwa. She never said anything about Kenya, or she haven't said anything. All she said is that this is a new beginning for her and she have a few projects and she's going to try and get her, because the house that she's living in with her parents, that room that she renovated, she and Marwa did that when they went to Argentina, I think was last year. But because nobody was staying in the room, it seemed like the room was locked up and there's mold on the wall. My thing is, if there's mold on the wall, it seems like she's sleeping in a room, but I'm wondering if the baby Maisha, is sleeping in the room with her, because you guys know mold is not a very good thing to be inhaling when you sleeping around mold. So she have a lot on her plate to deal with, because she says she's going to try and fix it and let it be more cozy, and she's going to get rid of the table because the table is picking up much space. But I don't know. I look at Rocio and there's a sadness, a little bit. It seemed like when somebody was expecting something in their life and it didn't work out the way they wanted it. I'm thinking that this elopement that she did, leaving Kenya, it might has to do with her passport, but I think there's something more deeper than the passport, because her partner Marwa, he seems a little bit frugal, and not to say that, but I don't know that he put much attention in Rocio, even though he talked about his wife. But I don't think he gave her the attention as much as she wanted to, because he keeps saying that he misses family and he misses wife, but my thing is, if you really wanted her to stay, or you really wanted her to be there with you because you call her your wife, you had tried to work on her passport to let her be able to stay in Kenya. Because he's saying is either he married her, because they're not legally married, is either he married her and then she would able to stay, he can take the paperwork and say that that's his wife, and she would be able to stay in Kenya. And if there's another way that he can't fix Maisha paper, which is his son, the baby, Maisha, have Maisha papers fixed and his passport and whatever is Kenyan paper through Marwa, and then through Maisha, Rocio can able to stay in Kenya. But that's kind of, I find that kind of strange, because if you love someone and you really call them your wife and you really want them to stay there with you, instead of going through your son, you would say, well, okay, I would want her to be my wife legally for her to stay. But Mara allegedly always said that he don't, I don't think, let me quote, I don't think he really believe in marriage, because he always said that he works so hard for what he have. And usually you've seen it a lot, that when people have marital problems or they're divorcing, then they come in to take away what that person accomplished. So I think that's his fear. He don't want to legally marry her, and let's say in the future if anything happened, allegedly he wouldn't want her to come and take away. I'm saying that. I don't know if that's the case. I'm just allegedly saying that. He wouldn't want her to come and take whatever he worked for. Now, he didn't say that, and he never gave any indication that that's the reason why he never fixed her paper. I'm saying that allegedly, maybe that's the case. But she been in Kenya for 2 years, and Mawa make sure he had the paperwork for his horses coming all the way from South Africa. And if this is your wife, why you didn't make sure that she was able to stay in Kenya? So I'm thinking that Rocio, looking at her, and she's saying that she's gonna do videos. She's not gonna do no traveling right now, but the travel will come. But right now she have to concentrate in getting that place fixed so that she can able to be comfortable there for her and her son Maisha. And looking at her, I look at her in her eyes, and she doesn't seem happy. I think she's sad. Something is going on, and I don't know if it's because she left Kenya and her heart is still in Kenya, but Rocio doesn't look that happy to me. That's my opinion. So I don't know if eventually, because Mar was saying definitely he's going to travel, he's going to do some traveling, and that's on his agenda. He's going to do some traveling. So I don't know if when Marwa start to travel, he's going to hook up with Rocio and they're both going to travel. I don't know if that's the case, or this is a definitely breakup. We don't know. We don't know if she's not coming back, if they definitely broke up. I don't know. But I can tell you that I see sadness in Rocio's eyes. She looks sad. And, that's how things is, Maybe why she's upset, because her intention wasn't to go back to Argentina. Some people are saying that she really didn't want to stay in the village. She wanted to leave the village long time, and she was being prevented. But I don't know what's the case. Maybe that's the case. We don't know. But assuming that maybe, because remember the time when she claimed she had the malaria and she stayed in what's the capital of Kenya? In wherever she went, that she had the malaria. She claimed she had the malaria, and she stays Nairobi. She stayed with Maisha. I was thinking that maybe that was a plan to elope, but then it so happened that Marwa and Dee Mwango went to Nairobi and meet up with her, and all the plans that maybe she had was overthrown, and then she came back to the village. And when she came back to the village, They showered her and gave her land. The Machete man, which is Father Mawa's dad, gave her land. They bought stove. He took her shopping. They bought stove. They bought dishwasher. They bought all these things for his kitchen. And I think they were just giving her that to make her feel comfortable and for her not to want to leave. And she was okay for a while. She seemed, because she was keep saying my house, and this and that. But in reality, Mawa used to say that's it. When he talks, he referred to the house as his house. And then after all this elopement that she went to Nairobi and she came back, I don't know what happened between them. It seemed like she started using the word my house. And she did some decorations around the house and she had ideas, and that was that. But that didn't work out. And, you know, her parents came, and I think that was planned, that to have her parents come to Kenya and rescue her, and that was really an easy way for her to leave the village. So that's what she did, and I think a lot of people were surprised. People had an idea, and people were suspecting that she was going to leave. I did suspected that too, but I didn't really had it full in my head that she was going to leave, because it seemed like she was happy. Because sometimes people come on camera and pretend for the viewers to make it look like everything is okay, but behind camera, things are not okay. That's just for views and like and for subscribers. But behind the camera, that's not what it is. So finally, we saw what happened, and she left with her parents. But I'm suspecting that Rocio is not going to come back, because it seemed like she took everything. She took everything, and the baby Maisha, she took mostly everything. I wouldn't say mostly, because today I was watching her and she said that she have to buy a little like a space saver where she can put her clothes, because she have a lot of stuff that she brought with her, and the baby Maisha have a lot of stuff. So it seemed like she took everything. And if someone take everything that they have, that means that they're not going to return where they came from, because you're coming to live back in your parents' house in a little room, and you don't have the space to put the stuff that you bring in. So it seemed like she's not going to come back to the village. I'm saying so. I don't know. This is my point of view. But in that case, Mara keeps saying he misses family. But up to now, Rocio haven't said anything about Kenya, Mawa, nothing. And I heard she delete some of her things. She don't have anything related to Kenya. So who knows? Maybe it was more than we saw. Maybe it was more, and it was something deeper. But Mawa is trying to make it look like she left, and his wife and this. He never said anything that he's going to go over there, look for them, or nothing. When he had the live, he said that he didn't want no one to question him, because he will not go in your personal business and question you about your man or your woman or your marriage. So don't question him about his wife. When all the time he used to talk about his wife, and all of a sudden now he don't want to be questioned. So I'm thinking there was something more deeper than what we saw. So another thing that I noticed is that I noticed that Mawa and David Jr., they seem more closer now, because when Rocio was there, I barely see David Jr. go to the villa. He rarely go to the villa. I never seen him go to the villa. And I don't think David Jr. really did like Rocio. I don't think he did like her. He just put up a front to make it look like, you know. But I never see David Jr. Even when Rocio family came, David Jr. face never appeared in any of those videos. He had his own thing going on with his channel, but I never seen him came to the villa to meet them, or he wasn't even in his house when Rocio family came. I never seen him in a video when Rocio family went to Congrats' mom's house. And now that Rocio is not there, I see Marwa and David Jr. them being hanging out. Marwa went to David Jr. compound where he building this commercial building, which by the way it looks very nice, and it's nice. David Jr. is doing a lot and doing very good for himself. Now Marwa is coming around and getting involved a little bit with David Jr. because he really can't tell David Jr. to do, because Marwa is a person, he like to tell you, he's a little bit controlling, and he always have his input and telling you how you should do things. But David Jr. did everything by himself. He got his own engineer, and he have everything already planned out what he want to do. So he had Marwa came over there, and he was showing him that building that he built. It's not finished yet. It's getting there because they already put up the wall, and it's all divided in what he's going to do. First floor commercial, all commercial, and second and third I think is Airbnb. And he seemed like he have a good business mind. So Marwa is coming out there like he's so proud of his brother, and he's encouraging him, and and David Jr. He's putting out not one video per day. I think he's putting out 2 or 3 videos per day. So now Marwa is going to do 2 videos per day. I think that's because he see that David Jr. is doing that and he's doing well. So now Marwa is going to do the same thing. But I'm very surprised that they're both hanging out, and because I don't think David Jr. and Marwa used to get along. They never get along. They had issues behind camera, and it seemed like they never get along because David Jr. never came around to the house, to the villa when Rocio was there. Never showed up. And when Rocio's parents or family was there, I don't think they pretend to, in my opinion, allegedly, seem like they pretend to be nice with Congrats mom, but it wasn't all cordial. Congrats mom tried to do the right thing and come around to make them feel comfortable, but they never reciprocate in the same way. So everything there was a mission, and the mission was to come and get Rocio out of the villa. So now that Rocio is not there, Marwa, to me, he seemed like he's back to his old self, and he's going to be this traveling commando that we saw in the beginning, because he's very enthusiastic the way he said that for sure, he's going to travel, and he's going to go and look for his sister in Poland to meet her and her new family and wish her well. And, I am so glad for Dee Mwango. The only thing I didn't like is that none of her family was there. Everybody there in that wedding, they was really nice with her, and they treat her very well. She was a little bit nervous, but nobody in her family was there. And the thing is, what I didn't like, they translated in English. There was a translator there, as well as there was a Polish person there conducting the wedding. But I hope that whatever she's signing or whatever she's doing, she makes sure that she knows what she's doing. Because when there's always a language barrier, and you in another country or in an environment that's not yours, you have to be very aware of what you're doing, what you're signing, because you don't want further down the line that you can run in any kind of trouble that you cannot get yourself out. But as I said, she's a smart girl, and I hope that she have her head together and she knows what she's doing, and she is her own person. She does what she feel like doing, and she don't take nobody's word but her own word and her own opinion. So that's what I wanted to say, guys. And I'm glad that you guys were here with me today. And, I wasn't here for a long time because, as I said, I had things to do. I had the surgery, and I also had other things to do last year. So the year went by so quick. And I also have another channel. I was pretty much in my cooking channel. So I said, well, it's a new year. Let me come back and put into the channel and welcome you guys back and see what we can do to bring back the channel, because I really did abandon the channel and I got kind of discouraged. But now it's 2026, a new year, new beginning. So let's get this channel going, and please guys, please subscribe to the channel so we can build this channel. See you guys in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.